Now let's wrap this up nicely. Let's be honest. Have you ever gotten to a point where you just stop praying? Not because you don't believe in God, but because you are tired. Tired of asking, tired of waiting, tired of hoping. So instead of praying, you just scroll and you withdraw. Welcome to Fly with Spyce, where faith meets real life, and where we talk about the parts of faith that people don't always say out loud. Here there is no judgment, just the truth, with a little bit of spice, of course, you know. If you're with me in episode 1 and 2, where we talked about the kinds of prayers we say and the prayers God answers, you would understand by now that prayer is an essential part of our lives. And prayer is what builds a bridge between us and God. It brings us steps closer to Him. So let's talk about when prayer begins to feel pointless. This is a good place to begin. Because nobody just wakes up and says, I am done praying. It is gradual. You prayed about a situation and nothing changed. You prayed again, still nothing. Then slowly, you stop. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. Let's say you've been praying for direction, healing, or maybe breakthroughs, but life still looks pretty much the same. So now your mindset is, what is even the point of praying? Do you know that even David felt this? In Psalms 13 verse 1, it says, how long, God, will you forget me forever? This is David, not you, the man after God's own heart. If David could still feel like God was quiet, then you are allowed to feel it too. Number 2, when disappointment makes you distant. Sometimes it's not even laziness, it's the disappointment you've experienced. You trusted God for something deeply, and it didn't happen. Maybe you told yourself this time God will come through, and He didn't. Now you don't even know how to pray without feeling awkward or without having doubts. Hannah prayed for a child for so many years. She was mocked, she was embarrassed, she was broken. And one day she got to a point where in 1 Samuel 1 verse 10, where she said, this part said she was in big anguish. She was crying bitterly as she prayed. Sometimes prayers aren't pretty. Sometimes it is pain talking back to God. Sometimes it's the disappointment. Number 3, when you start avoiding God. Let us tell the truth. When you feel like God did not show up or God didn't answer you, you begin to avoid Him. You start to skip devotions. Worship begins to feel like it is forced. Even church, you just show up physically, but your mind is somewhere else. You even start acting like God offended you. God knows exactly what He did, you told yourself. But here is the depth. You're not avoiding God. You are avoiding how you feel. We know that Peter denied Jesus 3 times. After that, he didn't run to Jesus. He withdrew out of shame. Because guilt and disappointment will always push you into hiding. Number 4, how to find your way back. Now, this is the part that people need to hear. Because the question is, how do I pray again when I don't even feel anything? Let's look at the easy steps you can adopt. Step 1. Start with honesty. We're not talking about the Father, Lord, Ancient of Days, my Redeemer and my Maker. But talking about, God, I don't even feel like praying. This is a prayer, and it's very honest. And trust me, God understands. Romans 8:26 says, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. This means that even when you don't have the words, God isn't confused. God knows. Step number 2. Remove pressure. You don't have to pray long. You don't have to sound deep. You don't even have to break out in tongues. You just have to be real. Let it come from here, your heart. Step 3. Show up regardless. Consistency builds connection, again, not perfection. Number 5. The truth we need to hear. God is not keeping score. He's not malicious. God is not saying, oh, you didn't pray for 2 weeks. You didn't show up last week. You didn't show up today. No, God isn't like that. He understands the seasons of our lives. He understands more than you can even understand, more than you know. He understands our emotions. He understands you. And He knows why it happens, or why what happened happened. Let me leave you with this. The fact that you stopped praying does not mean that God stopped listening to you. And the distance you feel is not because God moved from you. It's because life happened and you stepped away in reaction to life that happened. And you are human. That is okay. And it is valid. But the beautiful thing about God is you don't need a perfect comeback. You don't need any grand gesture. You just need to come back to Him. God is always waiting. In Genesis 3, when Adam and Eve made a mistake and then they went into hiding because they were naked, it's God who went looking for them. He didn't look for them to judge them or to condemn them. Notice what God said to them. Adam, where are you? Not what have you done now? Or not what did you do? Or not why did you do what you did? So the message here is that you should return to God today. God is always your safe option, and He's waiting. If this spoke to you, then you already know that this is more than content. This is real life. This is a wake-up call. Welcome to Fly with Spyce, where we go through what we go through. Please do well to like this message, share with someone who is struggling with prayer, and subscribe. And maybe tonight, you will try to say just one prayer. I assure you, God is listening and He's waiting to see you take this step. Do not give up, because God didn't give up on you. Draw closer to God today. Say that prayer today. God is waiting. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.